Alright guys, how's it going? So, snow's still melting, as you can tell. Flag is pretty much exposed there, but it did snow a little bit last night, just a little bit, just enough to cover the bare spots again, make everything look white. But as you can tell, that all has pretty much melted now. So, yeah, and don't mind all the boxes. That's just a whole winter's worth of shit that I had to order online because I couldn't get it at my local stores. It's all just mostly cat food, but a few things for mother and a few things for me. So, but yeah, so if you notice that in the background, just ignore it. That's all the stuff I got to burn this spring, whenever I can get to the burn tank. So, we usually pile up in the garage there, but in front of the blazer, but now there's going to be such a big mountain pile there you can't even walk between the boxes and the blazer, so I just had to throw them back here for now. And my white Christmas tree, that white thing there, that took a beating this winter from the wildcats that the neighbors here refused to take in. They thought it was a real tree, and they climbed it. Not only did they break a bunch of the branches off, they broke the base off. And, I mean, you probably could super glue that back on. But they broke the branches, and that's a lot of work to try to get them things glued back into place. It's just not worth it. It sucks, but what are you going to do? So that's junk. That's going to get thrown at the junk pile. I'm not going to burn it. I mean, I could, but you're still going to end up with copper wiring and stuff inside of that stuck in the burn tank. So throw it down in the bush pile there, and she can rot there. Unfortunately, it sucks, but we're going to get rid of those cats this year. It's just, we're going to maybe try to keep 2 of them because there's one that I want, and then there's one that mother wants. But the rest of them, they're going. So, because they're actually starting to mate already because they're old enough to be doing it. So, you know what's going to happen if those fuckers have a bunch of kittens too, so they can go somewhere else and do that. They ain't doing it here, and I'm not feeding them anymore. I got them through the winter, and because they refused to get them through the winter, so for now, I'm going to give that to somebody else. So, but anyways, I got, right now I got one thing here to show you. It's nothing special, but I got another thing that's coming by the mail. Not sure if I'm going to do a video on it or not, because that's just a brand new battery for mother's computer, because she's been having issues with it not going to 100%. It's been slowly going down, and it doesn't get any higher. Right now it's at like 29%, and it won't go any higher than that. So we think it's the battery, so we ordered a new one. If that's not the problem, then it's probably the charging cable. Then we'll have to order a new charging cable for it. But it also could be the port that's inside the computer that you plug all that in. Well, I don't know how that is. Most likely it's all soldered into place, and I don't have a soldering gun to unsolder stuff, put the new parts in, and then resolder it all back together. So it's not that hard to get that stuff. It's just, I don't have it. So, but yeah, so this first thing I got here, nothing special, but my uncle was talking about it. The hardware sells them, but I didn't bother to look in there. The last time I was in there, I got my fuel and the bar and chain oil. So, but apparently they haven't. But I forgot to look when I was in there. So I bought these off of Amazon. I don't know how good they'll be, but for how cheap they were, makes you wonder. So, okay. So these will probably just stay in the shop because that's what they're going to be for anyway. But these are for my Dremel tool. You can sharpen your chains with your Dremel tool, and Yeah, so because the old hand file thing, you know, like that's just hard to do. It takes too long, and my hand gets wore out. So anyways, I'll pull one out. I'm not gonna take them all out, but there's 50 in here, and you get 50 of them for $10. So take that however you want, but that's why I got 2 of them, you know. So for $20, I got 100 of these things, because these are not going to last forever. I didn't bring my Dremel tool out because I don't plan on sharpening my chain, but that's just basically what it is. It's just a grinding stone kind of thing. There's nothing to it, really, you know. It's just supposed to fit right into my Dremel tool. And these are for my style of chain, because every chain will have a slightly bigger chain, and some will have a much smaller chain, and you have to match this to whatever size chain you have. So since mine is a .325, it requires a 3/16 doohickey to grind or to sharpen your chain. So, but they're not going to last forever. Obviously, you'll probably get maybe anywhere from 3 to 5 sharpenings before this is just completely wore out. But you know, you got 50 of them, so I'll just leave them in there, I guess. But yeah, I'm just gonna see how good this actually works. It's meant for your Dremel tool, and of course it comes with its own little case. But for now, we'll just it's not gonna work, is it? They probably don't have to be in the baggie. You can take them out of the baggie, but I'm just gonna leave them in there for now, because they're not really hurting anything. So, but yeah, so that's gonna be for the saw. Like I said, I picked up 2 of them. Comes with their own little carrying case or whatever, just a case. And I guess I do have it here in the shop. Let's stuff off to the side for a minute. So when I used to sharpen my chain by hand, I guess I did leave it in here. I thought I put them back, but so where is it? Here. So that's my old hand. This is actually brand new. Because I think you're supposed to. Well, you have to replace these obviously after a while, because they do get wore down. And when I put my brand new chain on, I figured, well, maybe it's time for a new file too. It's like, you know, you might as well keep it all fresh and new. So that's how I used to do it. It's, you know, and it's just when you're doing this 20 times for each tooth, it's a lot. So I'm going to try it with those, and it's supposed to say on here, should say on here anyway what size this is. 3/16. So it's correct to that. But I'm still always, I'm always going to keep a few of these floating around just as like a backup. This was supposed to be for something else. Well, you can use it on these things too, but you might as well keep it as a backup. Like this is meant to be out in the field, These are meant to be used in a Dremel tool, and obviously if you don't have a power inverter, you're not going to be able to run it out in the field. So, but most of the time, if I have to sharpen my chain, I'll come back to the shop and do it anyway. And then, let's see here. I'm I also have a flat file that's used to bring the guides down, like the limiters or whatever. That determines how much of a bite your teeth can take, or your cutters. This is still the original one. I haven't replaced this one yet because I don't think I have a new one. And you can get these anywhere. It's just a metal flat file. So, but I don't use this thing a heck of a lot, so I'm not going to change it out. It's just dirty, but I don't think it's worn out enough to justify throwing it away. But, and then of course this comes with the saw. This is obviously your gauge. This end is for your cut limiters. That's just what I call them. That's just, you got to make sure you bring those down with, because as you sharpen your chain, you're technically going downhill with it ever so slightly. And if your stops are above your tooth, well, then your tooth is not going to cut nothing because this is stopping it. So you got to bring this slightly below your tooth just so your tooth can get a cut. So, but it's not too often that you have to do this, though. It's often, but it ain't not as often as I thought it would be. So, but yeah, and then of course you have to mark your tooth to whatever which one you started, and I just use a stupid little tie thing that you'd use to, supposed to like tie up bread sacks or something. I don't know. So they break after a while. They don't last forever, but we got millions of them. That's the cheapest way to mark it. So that's what I do, because it's the cheapest way to go. So yeah. This bag is actually original to when I bought the saw. Good bag though. I won't ever get any of those ever again unless you bought another. Got it from Acme Tools. That's where I originally bought my saw from. So, but yeah, it's a good bag though. So technically, I think I'll just set that down there for now. These will go in that bag as well. So probably just put them back in this bag and then throw them in that bag. So, but yeah, there's nothing special about it. It's just meant for your Dremel tool. That's pretty much it. So we'll find out just how good they are when the time comes, because I will probably, it's going to be a while yet, but I would like to bring the saw back here and prep it, and get it ready, even though we got probably another month yet before we're doing anything. But I like to plan ahead and try to get ahead. So, but yeah, how come that one looks a little goofy? I guess it's just the way they make them, I guess. I didn't notice that, but yeah, this one didn't get put on all the way. Some of them, yeah, so that's why they're a little goofy. I mean, well, that's why they're cheap, because they're not perfect. But they don't really need to be, so, because they're not going to last forever anyway. Because it depends on how dull your chain is, like I'm sure my chain is just duller than shit, so it'll probably take one of these to just even try to bring it back around. I'll destroy one of these instantly. So, and then I heard when you're using these, you really only have to be on each tooth for about 10 seconds. But that's probably what I'll probably do. Just do it for 10 seconds on each tooth and then see how it cuts, So, because that's what I've been doing with the old hand file too, is, I used to only do like 5 to 10 sharpens. and that wasn't doing anything. So then I went up to like 15. It was kind of working a little bit better, but then now I'm up to 20, rounds per tooth, and I'm still not getting it super sharp to where it should be. I mean, it's better than what it was, but it's not like a brand new chain. And you'll probably never get them to cut like a brand new chain ever again, but I got a brand new chain, but that's my spare, in case I break this one or something. But we'll try it with these guys. I know that there's a guy, well, you can watch the video, and you can plenty of videos on YouTube about him, but the one that the guy bought, it was kind of like a kit, but you only got like 5 or 6 of these, which I think is ridiculous. But then you got what you got was a kind of like a guide, which I guess I could have shown you on here because this has it too. But it's also just common sense too. But showing it, I guess, on here. But yeah. So basically, right there. I don't know which one it is. It's one of these two right here. You see that big one or this tiny guy? That's your angle that you would be cutting your tooth at or sharpening it. Now, when your chains are new, they have a mark on them, and you're supposed to just follow that mark for the life of the chain. But that, I don't know, to me, that seems to get kind of worn down after a while, or it gets filled with junk. But I've always just followed the way that the tooth was designed, which is the same as this, so I've been sharpening it correctly. It's just that, hand filing, it just takes too damn long. It wears me out, and it burns me out. So yeah, I'm dealing with a .325 3/8 3HP, whatever the hell it stands for, chain. But you're supposed to just look at mine is there's a .325, and then which then comes out to a 3/16 that you need to sharpen it. So that's what I ordered here, with some 3/16 doohickeys. So I guess it's nothing fancy, but I'm gonna try them and see just how damn good these things work. So people say they work pretty good, but I'll be the judge of that. It's not even shutting like it should. That's interesting. But I don't know. I guess we'll just kind of wait and see to what happens. So, but unfortunately, I will not get to test this until. What's going on with this damn case? Won't get to test it until whenever it's time to get the saw ready, which probably won't be for another few weeks. So I'm pretty much ready to go. All I got to do now is just, gas it up, oil it up, sharpen the shit out of the chain, and then we're ready to cut. It's not going to take that much to do it. So, but yeah. So I don't know if I can put everything back in here. It probably doesn't need to be, but probably not. Probably not necessary, but I get in there. Alright. Let's see, is this one broken? I don't remember anyway, but I'm going to break that tab so that way I know which one I want to use. So yeah, I got 2 of them for $20, so might as well. I mean, if they were only, they could just stay. They can just stay there. I mean, if they're only it's $9.95. So $10, let's just round it off to $10. And then you get 2 of them, so why the hell not? Might as well make it worth my while. So, but we'll see how long they actually truly last. They probably won't last forever, but kind of is what it is, I guess. So, but I'm getting antsy. I want to try them out, but I'm not gonna do it now. So we'll just wait. It's not even nowhere near warm enough. It was supposed to get up to, well, we're having that temperature swing thing, so you're going up and down all the time. So it was only like -3 with the wind blowing. It was -3 yesterday. Hence why it snowed pretty much all night. I think it stopped by like 2 a.m., but it was going on for a few hours. But it was pretty light, it didn't bury. We didn't get like, 10 inches or anything stupid like that. It was just a dusting. So, which that is all gone now. That'll be pretty much gone now. So, but they said it's supposed to get up to 48 today, which is a bunch of crap. There's not much for a wind, so that should help. But the sun needs to be out in full force. It's mostly sunny now, but still got that thin layer of cloud crap that's going on. So just need to get rid of it. But what are you gonna do? So, but and I think tomorrow they're talking 50. And then supposed to go down again, I think a little bit, and then there's actually one day I think they're talking 62 again. And then there's another day it's supposed to get 62, but then there's a chance of I think like rain. Kind of a snowy rain mix. I think mostly just rain, but I don't know. So I don't know. But she's going to go up and down, I guess, for the next couple of weeks until it decides what to really do. But, we got to get rid of the snow. That's the only way we're going to actually, I think, get warm and stay warm. Because this snow is putting off cold moisture, which is going to turn into cold air, and then it's just going to stay colder here longer. So the more this shit melts, the damn better. So then you can, have a freaking fighting chance, I guess, of maybe getting warmer. Like, it's crazy. And we only have a few days left. It'll be on the 18th of this month. But last year, there was way less snow. Of course, now it was wet because it was doing a lot of raining, I think. But it'll be exactly 1 year since the install of the CB radio on the Tahoe. So I was kind of wanting to do a 1-year review of what I think, but there's really nowhere to park the Blazer to do a proper review video and not get fucking disturbed by a bunch of people. So that video might either come later on in the summer when I can actually maybe get out in the field a little bit, but it'll be late. But so that's kind of interesting to know that it'll be 1 year that I've had the CB and the Tahoe, and I still don't have a damn problem with it. It's all still working perfectly fine. So the screens are like the number one thing that goes out on those CB radios, but that's only if you got the sun beating down on them. And since I got a cover over mine, not sure if it's actually doing anything or not, but I'm sure it is. It's helping at least. Then, there you go. So it'll keep the radio lasting much longer, but I don't know. If that CB radio craps out, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I'm not buying another one. Those are $450 radios. Of course, well, mine's been peaked and tuned, so you get that extra $50 thrown on top. Yeah, I could just go for another standard one, save me $50. I just wanted to try a peaked and tuned one, I guess, just to kind of see if it really ever makes a difference. And honestly, I can't tell the difference. I think some parts are just more upgraded and more heavy dutier. But I don't know. You can only do so much to CB radios before you blow them up. So, but still having a hard time deciding if I want to. I kind of want to keep CB radios around, but I also want to switch over to GMRS. But I know that's never going to happen. Because there is a GMRS radio that you can get. It's a 50 watt, and it's only like $220. If you get them on sale, they're even less, and you can probably get a pretty good deal on Amazon. eBay is going to be, he might get a deal there, I don't know, but those 50 watt radios are way cheaper than a Midland 50 watt. Midland wants $400, which I think is ridiculous because their radios have way less features than the $200 one. And the $200 one, and the only reason why I want to go with the $200 one is because, well, not only is it a cheaper radio, but they are truly built in America. They're actually built in South Dakota, I want to say. And it's really easy, to get parts because I think they're basically a family-owned business, and their radios can actually monitor up to 4 channels at the same time. So, like, I could have a channel, that we would talk on, and then I could monitor, let's say that like a school that's maybe using GMRS. And then I think you can use the other 2 channels. You can put like ham bands in them, ham channels. But obviously you can't talk on ham radios or on ham frequencies because it's not a ham radio, but you can listen. So that would be kind of nice because I could monitor, up to 4 channels at the same time. So therefore, I could use one. I could listen to, again, like a school or something if they were using it, or another farmer if they happen to be using GMRS. I could listen to what they're talking about. And then I can put in the young guy's frequency for his ham radio programmed into my radio, and I can at least monitor what he's saying. I can listen to what he's saying. I can't talk back to him unless I got a ham radio, but... And then I would have an empty slot for something else, which I could use to monitor, I suppose, like fire, police, whatever is within their ranges, you can do it. So basically, again, it would just be like having that CB radio that I got in my Tahoe, that's got a built-in scanner, and it's also a CB radio. Well, I can do the same thing with this GMRS radio. I can still monitor other bands. And I think you can even program more yet, too, but then you'd have to scroll through that to find it, So, and it's only $200 and something, like it's crazy. But, so I don't know, I was thinking maybe getting one sometime, but I don't know. It all really just kind of boils down to what happens to the one in the Blazer, Would it hurt to maybe stockpile these GMRS radios? Just order one there every now and then and just throw it in a corner somewhere and just leave it? Not really, because they're not hurting them by just letting them sit in a corner. You could just let them sit somewhere, and when you need them, go get them. So, but I am going to work on it probably throughout the summer. It's not a priority thing right now, because obviously the Blazer CB hasn't crapped out yet, so I'm not too concerned about it. But once it craps out, then I might change my game. But I am going to probably put a CB radio in the shop. I'm just going to get a cheap radio. I still want to try to find something with weather band, and I did find one for like I think it was like $120. Now, you can get them way cheaper, but you're not going to get the weather band. Not that I really need it, but it's just kind of nice to have something to listen to besides skip. Especially if you want to listen to the weather, you know. You could just switch it over. And so, and I think that's a President CB radio. I think that's their Johnny 3 or whatever. I think that's the one I was looking at. That was like 120. You can get them for a little bit more if you want the tuned and peaked version. And I'm going to put it here in the shop. So I did order, just because it was cheap, might as well. I ordered, I have one on the house, but because I have my weather antenna on the house, I have my weather radio hooked to that. But it'll go right up there that white peak is at, that white doohickey, that, you know, that white wood. And I ordered a mount. It's a 2-pack, but I think I'm only going to need the one. Yeah, I don't need 2. The antenna's going to go on the other end of the shop. It's not going to go on this end, obviously, but just to kind of give you guys an idea. But so, and then what I'm going to do, because you got to remember, you got to have, again, it depends what kind of antenna you're using as a base station. Going to most likely just go with another Workman B100. Those are no ground plane antenna, but they ground themselves through the coax. So obviously the more coax you have, the better the antenna will do. So I know on the house, I think I got at least 100 feet. Now, I was thinking about maybe ordering another 100-foot cable. And then, because I don't want to coil it up, because then your SWRs will just be off the freaking chart, is I'll come in, basically where that yellow cable is. Well, there's a blue cable in there too. That's where the plug is at. The yellow cable goes to this thing, obviously, but and there's a hole that goes outside. So I'm going to mount my antenna up at the top, and then I'll run the coax in, and then since it's going to maybe be 100 feet of this stuff, I don't know, because I want to get the best SWRs that I can out of it. If I can, I'm going to try to just run the coax all the way around the shop. Do that as many times as I have to. And then try to make sure that I got at least enough here to connect it to the radio. Might have to get a little bit creative, I guess, and dip down some certain places. But yeah, I think I'm just going to mount the radio to the stud. Which way, I don't know. It's either this way or even just like this way or whatever, right? Like, it doesn't really matter. I'm not doing anything fancy with it. I would put it up here or, you know, hang it from this thing, but this is not even permanently attached. It's just sitting here. Which I guess if you put the weight of the radio there, you would still be alright. You would pull down on it some more. There's many of options. I guess I could, you know, there's tons of options. You just got to play around with it. But I have a spare 110 to 12 volt, you know, thing, because I got 2 of them now, because I got the more fancier one running the base station radio. But that little cheapy one that I have, it's going to have to get plugged into this, obviously. But the only time this is ever going to be running is when I'm in here. So it doesn't really matter. And then I could just put that wherever I need to put it. Again, I could just screw it to this. Or whatever. I don't know. So, and do that, you know. And there you go. And then I was also thinking I could mount their CB radio here. But the problem is that this thing has to be flipped every few years. It actually needs to be flipped again because it is starting to bow. You can see the bow in it. So every few years you got to flip this thing over just to, you know, keep it from looking sad. She's sad right now. It needs to be over, but there's so much crap on there to do it. But yeah, so, but then, later on in life, if I switch over to GMRS, then the coax will already be there because it uses the same style coax. I will have to put a different antenna on, but the mounts and everything will already be there. Now, what am I going to use as a pipe? Because you obviously can't mount the antenna just directly to the mount, the bracket that's going to go up there. It doesn't work like that. So you got to have a pipe of some kind. Well, I got tons of pipes, so I'm going to repurpose. Hopefully it'll fit. They say 1.5 to 2.5 inch pipe that it'll accept. This is I believe this is 1 inch, but I don't really even need this anymore, so I don't know why I even have it out. That's my snow shovel. So I got 2 of them, but I might use the. Of course, the ramp's got to be sitting on it. Why wouldn't you be? There. So I'm just gonna. God damn it! I'm just gonna make a bunch of racket first. I'm just gonna use this. Go this way. That's my old flagpole, the metal one. Obviously, it was homemade. I'll just cut off the bolts because I won't be needing the bolts. I got 2 of them on here. This was the original blueprint to my flags that I had on my roof. But I found that this was too heavy for the mounts. It's just snapping the mounts. Because this is steel. I switched over to wood. So much lighter on the pipe, or much lighter on the mounts, and yeah. So I don't know what I'll do with the paint. I don't know if I really need to remove the paint. I should, because it looks like shit now, but it's just gonna rust eventually anyway. But this, I think, is a 5 foot, because this one's been untouched. So yeah, this I don't know how the hell can we do this? I know this one. This has got to be a 5 foot, because I think that's what I ordered them in when I was coming up with the blueprints for this. This is what I came up with. So, because I was going to deal with the 4x5 flag, so this should be a 5 foot. That should be plenty. No, okay. It's a 6 foot. I thought it was a 5 foot, but it's a 6 foot, so it's plenty tall. And then the other one that I did cut up, yeah, this one. This is the other one, but I cut it because I needed a section of the pipe for something else. I don't know what, but so I cut this down. Pipes have been sitting here for a long fucking time. So what has this been cut down to? 46.25 inches. So it's almost a 4 foot. So, but I want to use the 6 foot because, why? Well, it'll get the antenna up much higher. This will work too, but it's just, it's only 46 inches, whatever I said, tall. So, I'm not sure what I needed the other pipe for. I just don't remember what the hell I needed it for. I don't even know what the hell happened to it after I did cut it off. I used it for something, but then it never returned. So, can't even remember what the hell I did with it. I know I cut it off because I used it for something, but now I don't know what I used it on. So, yeah, it doesn't matter anyway, but So I'll just put that back there. And then I do have, I'm not going to use it because it'll be too heavy, but I do have some threaded rod. It's a little bit thinner than this, but it's still tall like this. But that's got a lot of weight, whereas this, not as much. And that mount that I did order is a heavy duty mount, so I really think one of those should be able to handle this just fine because it's a heavy duty mount. It's not like you can really find just, you know, like standard duty. They're all heavy duty or they're the satellite type of mounts. And I got one on my roof now, but I'm not using it for nothing. But I can't take it off either because they glued it down to the roof because they have that ceiling stuff on there. So plans is to use this pipe. I might take the paint off of it. I don't know. It really should just get, because you're not going to ground this anyway. You're not going to be able to ground it through this because that's not how it's designed. Now, if I was using like an Antron 99, well, then you probably would. Well, again, you still wouldn't really ground to this because you would have your own ground plane kit. And there's a guy on YouTube, or not on YouTube, online, that's selling the complete kit for like $200 and something. It's an Antron 99. It comes with the ground plane kit because I know I'm going to need it because I don't really have much of a ground plane on the house. So if I wanted to do the same thing here too, I'd have to order it with the ground plane kit. So, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to cut these bolts off. Obviously I got a bolt here. Take that off. Just all I gotta do is just cut the damn weld off and you'd be fine. Same thing here, it'll be normal. Again, like I said, I don't know if I'll take the, if anything, I'd rather take the paint off and then just paint it black. Just so it's, one, it'll match the antenna, and two, it'd be a little harder to see it, which, you know, obviously I kind of would like to blend it into everything else. So I think I'll just leave this here. Well, if I have shit, I might need this bench again, but. So yeah, I think if you, if you go 6 feet to that, because I got power lines above me too, but they're never ever going to get in the way of anything. Yeah. Let's do it this way. Somebody left their Kit Kat wrapper here. Well, at least there's nothing in it. I actually need to actually repaint that wood. So yeah, it's gonna go there, right at the tippy top on that white piece of wood. Yeah, so yeah, you're not gonna be anywhere near the power lines. Nowhere near them. Now, if you had an Antron 99, that might be a different question or a different story, because the Antrons can actually bend a little bit. They're flexible because it's fiberglass. Of course, mine's fiberglass too, but it's more stiffer because it's only like 49 inches. So, no, I think it's 39 inches. I don't know. It's a stubby antenna. So it's going to be the same antenna that's on the house now. It's just going to be here for the shop. And then if I ever want to, if I switch over to GMRS, all I got to do is slide the mount down, swap out antennas. I'll have to get my yellow trailer out of here. That thing hasn't moved since I put it here. And that would have been ever since I bought the damn Tahoe. So, but yeah, I was thinking originally, maybe just custom building my own mount to come off of this. Because this would ground. You'd have to take some of the paint off, but it should ground to the ground. See, here's my blue power cable and then my camera cable. It all just takes the same route. Well, I'll bring my The hole's a little bigger than it really needed to be because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Because, you know, noob, obviously. So I'll just run my coax through that. Do what I got to do there. And then there you go. So, but yeah, that's where I'm going to mount it. Sometime this... I already ordered the mount, and that's coming from all the way from Texas. I think the battery comes from Texas too for the computer, but yeah, so put it there and put it up there. Go, you know, it's going to be 6 feet. I could go even bigger if I wanted to. I could just order a bigger pipe. You know, I could order I can order a 10-foot, you know, or even a 15-foot. But I don't know. I think I'll just try it with a 6-foot for now because that's what I have. So might as well just try what I have. And if I think I need to go higher up, whatever. Now there is going to be interference more than I suppose in the house because obviously I'm right next to the power lines. But the idea with that. Put a CB in the shop, or well, it's going to be, well, any kind of radio. It just depends on what. So right now it'll be a CB, but that's kind of more or less just the talk. I kind of doubt I'm going to make it to the farm. That'd be kind of nice, I guess, if I did, but I doubt it. But that's just kind of so we can talk, you know, from the shop to the house, or whatever. So just kind of opens up more ways of talking, obviously. So if Mother needs, like if I'm in here doing stuff, making a video or whatever, and Mother needs to talk to me, obviously this will be plenty. I mean, I could probably easily use my 102-inch steel whip, and that would get out even just to the house. It'd be fine, but no, I want to get out as far as I can. So we'll just order another Workman B100. I could also order the Antron 99 if I really wanted to. Put that on the house and then put this B100 on the shop. Then, you know, just swap them around. But didn't want to get too fancy with the one with the house yet until I had a brand new roof put on, and then I could really go all out, put up guide wires, make sure that son of a bitch never comes out of the roof, and then never have to worry about it again. And in the shop, well, that'll always just be different. So, but that's the plans for now. I'll just use that steel pipe. It's what I say, 6 feet tall. So if you put 6 feet plus 39 inches, I think it's 39 inches, isn't it? I don't remember now, but we'll say 39 just for the hell of it. That's nowhere near that. That's like 28. So that's way too much. Oh, that's the mail already. Sounds like it. Come on. There. That's 38. Good enough. So that's kind of, I guess, roughly what 39 inches looks like. So you put that, you know, there, and then you just measure it up, you know, from the end. She'll get up there. It ain't going to be like a house, obviously, but it's acceptable. I think for what I want to do with it, it'll be fine. And if it gets out to the farm, great. It's not going to probably get over to North Dakota, I don't think, but I would have to get an Antron, you know, but I'm not doing that. So the shop will get a cheap setup for now, and then you know, it'll be more than enough. So, but won't be nothing fancy. I was like, God, this tape measure is a pain in the ass. I gotta throw this son of a bitch away and get a new one. Got this tape measure. It's only a 12 foot, but I think mother had this before I was even fucking born. So, so that tape measure is probably well over 30 years old. So, but yeah, anyways, guys, I guess I'm going to take off. Sorry for the long, stupid, boring video, I guess, but kind of want to, you know, get stuff going here a little bit. But the CB's not going to happen right away, but I'm just going to, you know, pick away at it. If I happen to have money to spare, then I'll order, you know, whatever I can. So, and then the shop will be done then. The shop wasn't priority anyway. This was probably like the furthest thing from having a CB, but at least if I ever want to put a GMRS or hell, even a ham radio in here at some point, I can do it because everything will already be here. So you just have to switch out the antenna and the radio and the power supply thing, and you're done. So it's not going to be that big of a deal. So yeah, I could take the radio out of the 1586 and put it here in the shop, but that radio's for the 15, so I'm just going to keep it in there. I'm sick and tired of moving radios around. It's just easier to get more of them. So, whatever. Who cares, right? So, but yeah. Yeah, that's the mail. But yeah, I don't know if I'll make a video on changing out that battery or not. I'll see how I feel about it, but because I'd have to come out here in the shop and do it, so, but whatever. So, but yeah, I guess that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to take off. I do apologize for that super long, stupid, boring video, I guess, but it's nice enough to kind of be out picking away at things, I guess. So, get a little bit done here and there. So, but yeah, anyway, guys, I'm going to take off. So, I guess I'll have a good day and stuff. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.